How to build insane pull-up strength like a gymnast. Have you ever tried to pull up yourself to the bar, but it felt like you didn't move an inch? You thought you were making good progress, you train regularly, you're not weak, but for some reason, pull-ups still aren't working. Or maybe you get halfway up, maybe to your chin, but never all the way chest to bar controlled like the pros do it. That's not your fault. The truth is, most training systems approach pull-ups from the wrong angle. Everyone tries to force it using just raw strength without ever learning the fundamental movement patterns, mind-muscle connection, and scapula control you need in order to make real progress. Without these, you're not just stuck, you won't even know why you're stuck. That's why so many people train for years but still can't do a clean, full-range pull-up. And even when they finally do, the form falls apart. It's all momentum and struggle. Gymnasts do it differently. They don't just pull themselves up, they control their bodies. The movement isn't just from the arms, it starts from the scapula, integrates the core, and is driven by full body awareness. And that's exactly what no one teaches in a typical workout program. But that's what I'm going to show you in this video. This isn't a random collection of pull-up tips. It's a 12-step system I've tested over years with thousands of people who thought they could never do a pull-up. And then, just a few months later, they were hitting chest to bar reps, clean, controlled, no struggle. The magic of the gymnastics method isn't that it promises miracles. It's that you finally understand how your body works, how to hold your body together as a unit, and how to progress even if you think you're not made for this. And the best part, you don't need a gym membership, you don't need a fitness background. You don't even need great genetics. Just a small space at home, a bar, or a pair of rings, and the willingness to follow through step by step. Every single exercise I'm about to show you is designed to prepare your body and nervous system for the perfect pull-up. Not just getting up somehow, not just to your chin, but chest to bar. Controlled, precise, the way gymnasts do it. And this method won't just help you to get your first real pull-up, it will build a level of control you can carry over into any sport or training style. But maybe the most important thing, it builds confidence. Because when you feel what it's like to truly control your body, it doesn't just change your workouts, it changes how you show up in life. But if you're tired of failed attempts, if you want to get truly strong, not just in appearance, but in function, and if you're ready to reach something that used to feel impossible, then let's start from zero and go through the 12 steps together to build insane pulling strength like gymnasts have starting today. The first step is the chest pulls. This is where we start tuning your nervous system to the right movement and building the muscle-mind connections. You can do these laying on your front with a broomstick, a towel, an elastic band, or with a resistance band and broomstick like you would do a cable pull down. The point of this exercise is to test if you're capable of the full range of motion, which based on my experience, 99% of people can easily do, and secondly, to practice the correct technique. You need to pay attention to drive your elbows right next to your body, then behind it, while you're depressing and adducting your scapulas. The proper pull-up can be done with two techniques. With pre-activated scapulas, so you depress them and then you pull with your arms, and eventually, as you're approaching the upper end point, you adduct the scapulas and touch the bar. Or you start pulling immediately with your arms and you depress and adduct your scapulas on the way up. You can practice both in this simple exercise. The goal is to do 15 reps 3 times. If you got this, step to the next exercise. The second step is the scapula adductions. This scapula movement is one of the keys to being able to do full range of motion pull-ups. You can do this using rings, pull-up bar, or if you don't have any equipment, on the floor in rear push-up position. The point of this exercise is to adduct your scapulas in depressed position while you're keeping your elbows straight and you don't pull with your arms. This exercise is easy and simple, yet crucial for building neuromuscular connections that many people miss. Therefore, even if they manage to progress with pull-ups to some extent, like pulling to the chin level, or they can pull themselves up but can't touch the bar, it can simply be due to this deficiency. Do 15 reps 3 times of this exercise with maximum range and control, and if you got this, move forward. The third step is the scapular depressions in hanging. This scapula movement is the other key to achieving full range of motion, and you will need to combine it with the previous step for best results. Here, the goal is to do scapular depressions with your whole body weight. This exercise is as important as the previous one for doing proper pull-ups. Pay attention to maintain the extended elbows, so don't pull with your arms, and do control scapular depressions in full range of motion. The goal is 15 reps and 30 seconds hold on the top 3 times. If you got this, step to the next exercise. The fourth step is the scapula pulls. This exercise combines the previous two, so after depressing your scapulas, you should bring them closer together by pushing out your chest as you see it in the video. But an easier, smaller range of motion is also perfect for achieving pull-ups. Here too, keep your elbows extended and focus only on the scapula movements. In the beginning, you can do it with leg assistance. As I mentioned, the smaller range of motion is also great as you see on this video. Just imagine that you want to touch the bar with your chest while keeping your arms straight. The goal is 10 reps 3 times and you can move forward. The fifth step is the 45-degree inverted rows. After mastering scapular movements, you can now strengthen the pulling motion. The inverted row plays a key role in this, and it's important to properly master all the upcoming progressions. The inverted row can be performed on a bar or rings. I personally recommend the rings for maximizing the range of motion. Start from a 45-degree angle in passive hang. Bend your arms right next to your body while depressing and adducting your scapulas, and touch the rings or your fingers with your chest at the upper end point. Here, your scapula should be completely depressed and adducted. It's really important to master this technique in this low intensity exercise and keep it up in the upcoming progressions as well. The goal is 15 reps 3 times. If you got this, you can move on. The sixth step is the inverted rows with bent knees. Here, we increase the body's angle but reduce its length due to the bent knees in order to ensure gradual progression. Here too, start from passive hang with straight upper body, bend your arms right next to your body while depressing and adducting your scapulas, and touch the rings or your fingers with your chest at the upper end point. The goal is 15 reps 3 times. If you got this, step to the next exercise. The seventh step is the inverted rows with straight body close to the ground. Due to the extended body position, this progression will be slightly more difficult than the previous one. This kind of gradual increase is important because many people find it challenging to develop pulling strength, and missing a step can lead to a plateau in their progress. Here too, start from a passive hang with straight body, bend your arms right next to your body while depressing and adducting your scapulas, and touch the rings or your fingers with your chest at the upper end point. The goal is 15 reps 3 times. If you got this, move on. The eighth step is the elevated leg inverted rows. This is the last inverted row progression, but once you're able to do this, you will automatically be able to perform a few pull-ups. At least, that's been my experience with my students. Place your feet on a platform that is as high as the rings or bar, ensuring that you still have enough space to hang passively underneath. Apply the same technique you've learned before. Here too, it's important to be strict with yourself. Only count the reps where you touched your fingers or the bar. Remember, it's the precisely executed inverted row that will ensure your full range of motion pull-ups. This is an aspect most people neglect, which is why they struggle to perform pull-ups correctly. The goal here is also to achieve 3 sets of 15 reps. But experience shows that with at least 3 sets of 10 reps, students were able to progress well as they moved forward. The ninth step is the leg-assisted pull-ups. After the inverted rows, you can start training specifically for pull-ups with a solid foundation and strong mind-muscle connection. As I mentioned, once the level of inverted row with elevated legs is achieved, people are able to perform a few proper pull-ups. However, if you want to be very gradual and precise, it's worth going through the following steps as well. Here, the exercise becomes easier or harder depending on how much weight you put on your legs. This progression is great for practicing the technique, but it's important that if you're practicing at low intensity, the execution should be really perfect. Choose a lower bar and start in a passive hang with your legs bent in front of your body as if you were squatting. From here, you can start with scapular activation and then pull with your arms, or immediately pull with your arms while continuously lowering and adducting your scapulas as previously mentioned. Bend your elbows right next to your body, touch the bar with your chest at the upper end point, then lower yourself in a controlled manner. Assist with your legs to the extent appropriate for your strength level. The goal here is also do 3 sets of 15 reps. The 10th step is holding the upper end point, then do negatives. This is also an incredibly effective way to train your nervous system. The upper end point hold is a very powerful progression. If you have strength issues, initially you can do it with underhand grip, then gradually switching to a neutral grip if possible, and then finally practice with an overhand grip. Find a bar where you can easily get into the starting position, depress and adduct your scapulas, touch the bar with your chest and hold yourself there as long as you can, up to 15 to 20 seconds. Once you're fatigued and can't keep your chest touching the bar, perform a slow, controlled descent into passive hang. When practicing, only hold the upper end point on the first repetition, and for the rest, perform the negatives without a long hold after touching your chest. The descent should be at least 5 seconds. Complete 3 sets of 6 reps before moving on. The 11th step is the pull-up with elastic band. This is one of the most popular progressions because it provides a good sense of accomplishment and perfectly enables a realistic execution of pull-ups. This exercise includes a series of steps. You can use resistance bands of various strengths and slowly decrease the help they provide. Test and choose a resistance band that suits your level and practice with that. Step into the resistance band with 1 or 2 feet, start from a passive hang, direct your elbows next to your body, then behind it, aiming your chest towards the bar while depressing and adducting your scapulas. This, of course, can be done with pre-activation or continuous execution. The goal here is 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. The 12th and final step is the goal itself, the pull-up. If you have accurately completed the previous steps, then you should be able to do a perfect chest to bar pull-up. Now that you've gone through all 12 steps, you probably see pull-ups in a completely different way. It's not just a muscle test, it's a complex, nervous system driven movement where every part of your body needs to know exactly what to do. And now, you don't just understand why it wasn't working before. You also know exactly what to do to finally build the strength, control, and body awareness you've only seen in gymnasts. But here's the real question. Now that you know the theory, are you actually going to put the practice in? This is where most people fall short. They know what they should do, they just don't do it. And that's what separates those who only watch videos from those who take action and transform their body. So if you feel ready to finally start, you can begin my full intro program today, completely free in the Gymnastics Method app. This isn't a workout tracker, it's not a bunch of random clips. It's a step-by-step system that has already worked for thousands of people, even for those who had never trained before. Inside the premium membership, you will get my popular 6-week joint preparation program, guided workouts, and advanced muscle building programs. But if you want to take your progress to a fast track immediately, apply to one-on-one coaching to get my help directly. This is the moment you get to decide. Not whether you're talented, but whether you're ready to start. So if you have made the decision not just to look strong, but build a sustainable system and lifestyle, then now is the time. Click the link, download the app, and get started. I'll see you inside the private premium group. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and now check out one of my earlier videos on the end screen.